Okay, very good morning everyone. Now I'm going to do this very simple program. First of all, the reverse of a number. Number 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Is it done? Is it done or not? I think it is done. Reverse of a number. Anyone? Students?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm going to give a number here. I'm going to reverse the number using functions with value and using functions without return type also. I'm going to do first of all normally. Okay, just look at here. First of all, the input is only one value. Input is only one value. I am going to read the value here. I am going to read the value. Yes. Then I am going to do it manually, just not using functions first of all. While num some r is equal to, I want some remainder right every time, that's why I am taking some r here, and num mod 10, and every time the num is equal to num by 10. For example, I am going to print what is r value here, percentage d. I think everyone knows this logic, right? I am discussing about I think from last 3 days the same concept, the same loops here. For example, the number is 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the r value? R value is 4 first of all, and num becomes 1, 2, 3. I am going to print here 4. Okay, again this is 3, and the num is 12, and it is going to be print 3 here, and again it is going to be 2, and it is 1, and it is going to be print 2 here, and this is 1, and this is 0, and I am going to print that one also. But r represents here a digit. Every time it is the last digit. From the last digit, I am going to make a number every time. For example, if you ask a kid addition of 4 and 3, I have to add 4 and 3. What is the output? For example, I am going to tell you that 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Okay, but if you ask a kid, he is going to be give answer like for example like 43. Okay, for example, that is not a correct one, but he is giving the output as 4 plus 3 is equal to 43. Yes, how it is going to be 43? 4 plus 3 is equal to 43. Is it possible or not? 4 plus 3 is equal to 43. Is it possible? Anyone? 4 plus 3 is equal to, we are going to add two numbers. 4 plus 3 is equal to 42. How it is going to be possible? Anyone? Instead of 7, I want 43. We have to do anything else here? Any operation? For example, if it is 40 plus 3, it is going to be 43, right? That means we are going to multiply with 10. Yes, exactly right. 4 into 10 is 40, then plus 3 is equal to 43. Okay, then it is going to be 43. For example, then again it is going to be 2. Again it is going to be into 10. It is going to be into 10 every time. 43 into 10, that is 430. 430 plus 2, that is going to be 432. Then again into 10 plus 1, that is going to be 4320 plus 1, that is going to be 4321. Like this every time, instead of printing the number, I am modifying the value. For example, sum is equal to sum plus. I am writing sum plus, right? That's why I am taking here as the sum is equal to 0. Okay, sum into 10 plus r here. Sum into 10 plus r. I am going to print here percentage d comma sum. Just mute your call, everyone.
క్లోజ్ చేస్తాను ఒకసారి ఉండరా.
Just turn off your video. Now I am going to execute it. I am giving the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 1234. The output is going to be 4,321. Like this. What happened here? Every time it is going to be 4. For example, for the first time, what will happen? Sum is 0. 0 into 10, 0 plus 4. That is going to be 4 here. For the first time, what will happen? 0 into 10, that is 0 plus 4. That is going to be 4. For the next time, 4 into 10, that is going to be 40. 40 plus 3, that is going to be 43. Then next time into 10 plus 2, into 10 plus 1. Like this it is going to be happened. This is going to be reverse of a number. Reverse of a number without using any loops. Just normally we are writing the loop program. That reverse of a number program. Okay, just note it down, everyone. Without using loops. Note it down. Without using loops. Reverse of a number without using loops. Understand the concept first of all. What I am doing, how I am doing here. Why I am taking sum is equal to 0. Everything you have to know. Why I am taking sum is equal to 0. The same thing I'm going to write the same program in writing the same program in using functions now. Just observe. I'm reading num and I'm going to read that num here. Yes. Now I am going to call a function reverse of num. Reverse of num. I am going to take a value of reverse is equal to like this. Reverse is equal to. That means I am going to take one more variable, that is the reverse. I am going to print here percentage d reverse. Here this is a function call. This is a function call. We have to observe every time 4 things. When we are using the function call, we have to observe 4 things. What is the name of the function? First one is, what is the name of the function? Name of the function. Name of the function. The next one, how many arguments are passing and how many arguments? Single argument. What are the data types? Just mute your call. What are the data types? Last one, very important one, that is the function is returning any value or not? Is the function is returning any value or not? Here it is returning one value. Why? Because we are writing here reverse is equal to like that. That means it is returning the one value. What is the data type for that one? What is the data type for reverse? That is int. That means this function return type is integer. Name of the function is the reverse. You have to observe it like this. How many arguments and data types? So two arguments. Both are one argument. Sorry, one argument that is integer. One argument and that is integer. And what is the return type? Return type is also integer. That's these four we have to observe from the function call. Now return type is integer. Name of the function is the reverse. How many arguments? One argument, that is integer. That's it, nothing else. Okay, we have to check every time is the function is working perfectly or not. I'm writing here return 100. If the syntax is perfect or not, I'm going to check here return 100. That means if I'm calling the function, I'm calling here, right? If I'm calling the function, it is going to be return 100. That means the REV value is going to be 100. Whatever the value, whatever we are passing here, the result is 100. That means the function is working perfectly. Okay, why the answer is 100? Here I am returning the 100. For example, that's it, nothing else. I am checking that is it working perfectly or not. That's it. Now I am going to take here some REV is equal to 0. REV is equal to 0 for the digit. I am going to write like this. And while num r is equal to num mod 10 is equal to num by 10. Num is equal to num by 10 and REV is equal to REV into 100 plus R. Now I am going to return REV here. The reverse is the value, right? That's why I am going to return REV here. For example, if I am going to execute it, if I give the input like this, the output is 4321. Very simple this is, right? Just note down. Using functions, the same program using functions. You have to write every program in the three methods. It will be more understandable to you and you get, yes, this is the knowledge about C programming, right? I am writing in the three formats here. One is in, what is that? In normal way, and the second one is the functions with return value, and the third one is functions without return value. But the function is returning something. This is the second value. This is the second one. What is that? Functions with return value. Just note it down fast. Main function is nothing here. I am reading the value. This is the function call, and I am displaying the output. That's it. Nothing else. The main function is very clear, very simple. But the function, the logic is going to be in one block. That is function definition. Okay, now I'm going to write the same program in the functions, but without return value. Without return value, I'm going to do the same thing. First of all, what we have to do? I'm not taking like this. I'm going to return the num only. Look at the function call here. Look at the function call here. Look at the function call. In the function call, reverse is equal to reverse of number comma reverse, for example. Reverse is equal to reverse. I'm going to execute it now. This function is a void function. Why it is a void function? Look at the function call here. There is no return type for this function call. That's why I'm changing it as a void, and I'm not returning anything here. But here I am working on the reverse variable, right? Here how many values I am passing here? Here I am passing two values. Both are integer, right? Both are integer. That's why we are not taking here as REB. Okay, like this. For example, if I am going to execute it, there is no errors at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. The output is 0 here. Why? Because what I made here, I made some modifications in the REB, right? But the modifications are not reflected back to the main function. Why? Because here I am working with function call with values only. That is only values, pass by values. I am not passing any address here. I am passing just a values. If I am passing just values, the modifications are done here, but the modifications are not reflected back to the main function. In previous class, I already discussed about all these things, right? Now, instead of passing the value of this variable, I am passing the address of REB here. Instead of passing the value, I am passing the address here. If I am passing the address, I am going to catch with a pointer here. Okay, here I am passing the address. I am going to catch with the pointer, the same pointer. If it is integer address, I am going to catch with the integer pointer. That's it, nothing else. Okay, then here star REB means, anyone? Star REB means what is star REB? Is it value or address? Anyone?
Address.
For example, I already discussed about, for example, if I are going to print percentage d ampersand num. What is this? What it is going to be print? It is going to be print address. Okay, then I am going to write like this. Then what is this? Value at that address, not the address of the node, not like that. Value at that address. Okay, star represents for value at that address. That means here star REB is the value and REB is the address. Okay, REB is the address, and star REB is value at that address. Okay, note it down, everyone. REB is the address and star REB is the value at that address. Okay. Now, instead of working here, I am going to work with not REB. I have to work with star REB. That means value at that address. It is going to be change the value at that address, not normally. Okay. That is star REB. I have to done the modifications on star REB. For example, if I write like this, what will happen? REB means that is address into 10 plus R. For example, if I am going to execute it, what it is showing here, it is invalid operands to binary. That means here it is going to be star, int and int. Why? Because look at here, int star. Int star means it is going to be an address here. That's why this is not possible. We cannot multiply the address with 10. That is the error here. For example, if I am going to write like this, that means this is the value. This is the value. If I am going to execute it, there is no errors here. Look at here. There is no errors here. For example, I am giving like this. The output is 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here I am not modifying any value. Just observe here. Here I am not returning any value, but the value is going to be printed here. Why? Because here I am passing with the address here. I am working, I am modifying on that address. That means I am going to that address, I am going to beat that person. Is that affected or not? Yes, definitely affected. And the affections, then what I affected on that memory location, that is reflected in the main function. Just note it down. Very important one. This method is very, very important. Write down this comment also. This is the key point. This is the key point every time when you are dealing with the pointers. REV is the address, not add here. Some students are like this. This is the address, okay? ADDRESS. This is the address. REV is address. REV is the address, and star REV is the value at that address. Value at that address. Note down the full forms. I am writing in a shortcut form, but you have to write with full forms. Star REV is the value at that address. Value at that address. REV is the address. Very important method this is. Sir, how I know that how I have to write all these things? How do I know? Just we have to observe the function call and the function definition. We have to observe the function call and the function definition, which value we are going to modify, on which value we are going to modify, then we have to write like this. Okay, just note it down everyone. I will try to explain with another method. How I am writing based on the function call, I will teach you in the next program how I am writing. Same program in the next method. You have to observe the main function first of all, how it is going to be writing, and how the function definitions and all these things. Now look at here. Now look at here. Look at the function call. Yes, the name of the function call is reverse. There is no return type, and we are passing only one value. What we are passing here? What we are passing? We are passing. What we are passing? Is it a value or address?
Address.
Here we are passing the address, not value. Okay, address of one integer variable. That's why this one is also this one is taken as a pointer here. Just when you are writing the program, we have to observe these things. The function is like this: write your code here like this. Then we have to observe what is the function call. Yes, the function call is the reverse is the name. Yes, reverse is the name, and it is passing the address here. We have to immediately we have to check that is that pointer or not. Yes, it is the pointer. And what is the result it is printing? It is printing the same as the result. That means here what modifications are done, that is going to be applicable to that number, it will be reflected back to the main function. We have to observe these things. We have to observe these things. Okay, that means here what is the result here? Result is also the num. That means what we are modifying in the values, we have to modify in the num itself. Then the output is going to be printed. Okay, now I am going to write a logic to this program, to this scenario, the same program but small modifications. Here I am going to write a reverse is equal to 0 here and r, and I am writing the same logic. I am writing here the same logic, but I am going to take as a star num. Instead of the star num, I am going to write here some n is equal to star num. Okay, I am going to write here, instead of taking the always star num, it is going to be some difficult, right? That's why I am taking some n. R is equal to n mod 10. N is equal to n by 10. Okay, and REV is equal to REV into 10 plus R. Look at here. There is no modifications on the num, right? There is no modifications on the num. But I want to return the num. For example, at this time I am going to execute it. For example, I am giving 1, 2, 3, 4. The output is also same. The output is also same. Why? Because I am not modifying any value. I am modifying the reverse. The output is in the reverse, but I am not modifying in the num. Here, what is the result? Here is the output is num. This is the mistake. We know we write the logic perfectly, but we are not satisfying this program. Now what I have to do? I have to change the result. This is the result, right? This is the result. REV is the result. I want to change this result on the address of num. I am going to write star num is equal to REV. That's it, nothing else. After the functionality, I am going to change, I am going to give this value to the star num. If I am going to execute it, if I am going to give the value, the output is 4321. Very simple, right? We have to write the logic based on the program, how they are asking. In this way, we are going to deliver the program. Just note it down. This is also a good one. This is also a good one. Here num is the address and star num is the value at that address. Okay, note it down. How I am writing? I am writing based on the function call and what is the output here. Based on that one, I am going to write the logic. Write down the main function. like this we are going to write a different scenarios based on the question, based on the function call, and how what the result is. With that values we are going to modify every time. Okay, based on that one only I am writing the program here. Okay, and moving into the next one. I'm going to write the same program, similar program. For example, here I'm going to count the digits. Sorry, that sum of the digits. Sum of the digits means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and 4. What is the output here? 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 1 is going to be 10. Sum of the digits. The logic is very similar. The logic is very similar. For example, if I'm going to copy this, just look at it. I'm going to read here, instead of star 10, I'm going to write sum plus or, that's it. This is the sum of the digits, that's it, nothing else. For example, if I'm going to run the program, if I'm going to give like this, the output is 10 here. Instead of into 10, that means 4 plus 3. First of all, it is going to 0 plus 4, that is going to be 4, and then 4 plus 3 is going to be 7, 7 plus 2 is going to be 9, and 9 plus 10, 9 plus 10, 9 plus 1, that is going to be 10 here. This is the sum of the digits program. Can I write this in the functions? Can I write the same program using functions? Yes, I am going to apply the same program here only. Going to write the same program here. Int main I am going to write all these things. Sum is equal to 0. I am going to call the function sum of digits, sum underscore of underscore digits, sum of digits of num here. I am going to take here sum is equal to, same things I am going to write here, printf percentage d comma sum. I am writing here like this. That means the name of the function is sum of the digits, and sum of digits, and I am passing one value, and this is return value. Okay, I am going to write here int sum of digits of integer num, passing integer num. I am writing the logic, the same logic. Int sum is equal to 0 comma r. Okay, while num n is equal, some r is equal to num mod 10, num is equal to num by 10, and r some sum is equal to sum plus r here. I am going to return sum. That's it. Similarly, what I am giving that here I am passing one value, the function is returning, right? The function is returning. The same I am going to execute here. For example, I am going to write like this, the output is 10. No problem for that. Okay? Just listen here, what I am teaching here. Just I will forward this program into GitHub and it will be clear for you. Okay? Note down everyone. Just practicing. I am doing some practice using some functions. The same thing. Again the same thing. What I have to write? I have to write with without return value. How I am going to write here? The same program again. Again the same program. I am going to comment it. I am going to write the same program again. This is the third method. This is the main function. In the main function, there is no return type here. Here I am passing ampersand sum. Okay, I am passing ampersand sum. Now I am going to call the function, and the function is void. The function is void. That means it is not returning anything. That's why we are not returning any value here. And instead of one value, I am going to take two values. That is, one is integer value and the second one is integer address. There is no need to write here. Okay, I am going to write here star sum is equal to star sum plus r. If I am going to execute it, here also it is going to be working, no doubt about it. Again it is going to be work like this. The same thing I am doing with some other example. Okay, then next method, then again the next method. And again the next method. Here I am not passing anything here. Here I am not passing any value. Here I am passing only one value. The result is also the num. The result is also the num. What I have to do? This is my function call, right? This is my function call. This function call, there is only one value, that is also the address here. Here I am going to write here n is equal to star num. Instead of num, I am going to work with n value. That's it, nothing else. Here this is the sum only, comma sum is equal to 0 here. After the total sum, I am writing star num is equal to sum. That's it. I am going to execute it. What is this? Okay, sorry, header rate, pointer rate. Executing 1 2 3 4, the output is 10. That's it. I am working the same programming in 4 different methods. Okay, the 4 different methods we have to get clear idea about when we are practicing all the programs. Try to practice all the programs in these different manners. Okay, I am working with all the different manners here. Only general function, general programming, and the second one is using function with return value. The third one is using function without return value, but the result is passing as an argument. Just observe here. What is this method and this method? What is the difference between this one and this one? Here I am passing the input and the result also in the third method. But in the last method, here I am passing only value. The result is also placed on that value only. Okay, that is the difference between the third one and the fourth one. Okay. In this way, we are going to work with all the programs, all the different types. I think it will be some confused, no doubt about that. Why? Because we are dealing with pointers and functions and return types and all these things, right? Definitely you get some confusion, no doubt about that. But it will be very important to you. Okay, when we are dealing with the programs like this, it will be very helpful to you. Why? Because in every programming scenario, they are asking using functions with pointers only. When you are the early stage in the program, right? That's why when you are dealing all the programs using this method, it will be helpful. Okay. I think it is clear. I am going to a new program here. This is my new program. Look at here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and one more input is there. That is going to be, for example, 2. This is a rotation. This is rotation. This is a number. This is a number, and this is a rotation. That means I am going to rotate a number. Rotate the number. For example, how many rotations I am giving here? 2 rotations. For example, if it is 1 rotation, how it works? That means what is the last digit? Last digit is 4. Then 4, 1, 2, 3. This is the first rotation. First rotation. Okay, this is the first rotation. After the second rotation, it is going to be 3 is coming into the front. 3, 4, 1, 2. This is the second rotation. This is the second rotation. Yes, is my question is clear or not, everyone? Is my question is clear? What is my output? This is the output. Why? Because after 2 rotations, what is the output? 3, 4, 1, 2 is the output here. Is it clear? Is my question is clear, everyone? I think. I'm going to rotate the number. The output is 3, 4, 1, 2 is the output. Okay. Now, for example, the rotations are some 98. How many rotations are there? Here I am going to write 98 rotations. Means, for example, some 1000 rotations. Every time we are going to do like this, right? We are going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, and the second one is 1, 2, 3, and the next one is like this, and again for the 98 times is not a good one. Okay, it also gives the output, but how many digits are there? How many digits are there? That is 4 digits. For example, the rotations are 4. The rotations are 4. What is the output? Again the same number. Again the same number, right? Again the same number. For example, if it is 8, the same number. If it is 12, the same number. That means I am going to divide. For example, how many digits? I am going to find first of all how many digits here. Here 4 digits are there. Okay. Then 98 mod 4. 98 mod 4. What is the output? Can anyone give me the answer here? 91 mod 4. What is the output? 98 mod 4. What is the remainder here?
2, sir.
Yes, sir, 2. That means here 2 rotations is enough. The same thing, 98 and 2 both are same. Then 2 rotations are enough. For example, if it is 100, if it is the rotations is 100, rotations is 100. What is the remainder here? The remainder is 0. That means there is no rotations are needed here. That's it. Very simple. What is my first task? My first task is going to be how many digits? How many digits? For example, if it is a 5 digit, I want to work with 5. If it is a 6 digit number, I am going to work like this. Okay? Now I am going to take int num. First of all, I am going to read the number, percentage d, comma ampersand num. That's it. Nothing else. I am going to directly for the functions concept. Not I am writing in the normal program. I am going to write directly the functions program. And some result is equal to, I am going to write result is equal to, that's why I am going to take here also result. Result is equal to, what is that? Rotation. Rotation of num. I am going to read two values, right? I am going to read two values, some rotation. Two values. Number comma ampersand rotation. The input contains two values, right? That's why I am taking the rotation also like this. Two values. I am going to print here. I am going to print the result, comma result. Okay, this is the main program, nothing else. I am reading the input, I am calling the function, and I am printing the result. That's it, nothing else. This is a function call again. Now, what is the, I am going to write define a function. How I am going to define a function? What is the return type of the function? The function return type is integer. Why? Because the result, the data type of result is integer. That's why I am taking, this is the return type. And what is the function name? Rotation. Rotation of, how many arguments I am passing? Two arguments, both are integers. That's it. First of all, I am going to check it again. Is it working perfectly or not? Again, I am going to check. The number is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 100. For example, two rotations, the output is 100. Yes, that means it is working perfectly. Okay, it is working perfectly. Now I am going to write the logic here. What I am writing here, I am going to find how many digits. How many digits? For example, that's why I am going to take some digit count is equal to 0. Okay, that I am going to find how many digits are there. Okay, now I am going to write while num. I am going to take one copy also here. N is equal to num. Some for there is no need of or here. Num is equal to num by 10. That's it. And I am going to digit count plus plus. That's it. I am going to digit count plus plus. Okay. That means it is going to given how many digits. For example, this is equal to 4 like this. But here come here again, and I am going to do 2 times. I know the last value. For example, the last value is going to be 4 here. The last value is going to be 4. The last value is going to be 4, and the number is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay. At this time, I am going to check the last value is 4 and the number is 1, 2, 3. And how I make 4, 1, 2, 3? Can anyone guess? 4 plus 123 is equal to 4000. How I am going to turn? How I am going to turn it is?
4 into 1000 plus 123, sir.
Yes, 4 into 1000 plus 123. Yes, I am going to make every time. For example, if it is a 5-digit number also, is it, for example, the 5-digit number. Okay, the R value is 5 and this is 4. Then I am going to turn it as 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in which value I am going to multiply with 2, 5?
10,000.
10,000. That means that value is going to be changed every time. Then I am going to take here some C value is equal to 0, 1, which is going to be 1 here. I am going to take C is equal to C into 10. Okay, equal to C into 10. For example, I am going to return I'm going to return C. For example, I want what I want. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want here, 1000. Okay. For example, if I am going to execute it, I missed that semicolon here. I am checking that program. That's it. Nothing else. The rotations are 2. Just is this 1000? No, it is 10,000. Why? Because for all the numbers it is going to be checked. For all the numbers, 4 numbers into 10, that is going to be 10,000. That means every time we need this one. That means I don't want one number. I don't want 10,000. I want 1,000. For 4-digit number, I want 3 zeros only. For if it is a 5-digit number, I want 4 zeros only. Okay, right? That's why I am taking here as 10. C after C is equal, after the loop, I am going to turn it as C is equal to C by 10. That means here I am ready with digits is equal to 4. Okay, digits is equal to 4 and C is equal to some 1000. Okay, now I think there is no need to check the digit count. I think. Okay, this is the main important. The C value is the main important. And how many times I am going to rotate this number? How many times I am going to rotate this number? Based on this value. Yes. How many rotations? For example, here I am giving 2 rotations, right? Here I am giving 2 rotations. That is a fixed one. Can I go for while loop or for loop? Students.
For loop.
For loop. Why? Because I know exactly how many times I am going to rotate. I am going to rotate 2 times, 3 times. I know perfectly. That's why I am going to take here for the for loop here. For loop. For r is equal to 1 and r is less than equal to some rotate and r plus plus. Okay. Now every time I am going to take some r is equal to, here I am modifying num value, that's why I am going to work on n. Okay, n is equal to some modifications, small modifications. No problem for that. Same input. Okay, I'm going to take num is r is equal to sorry, this is not r. I'm going to take it as a d. Okay, that is digit. Why? Because I am going to take r here for the loop, right? What is the digit? For example, the input is 1, 2, 3, 4. What is d here? What is d? What is d, students? D is equal to num by 10, num mod 10. Last digit. This is last digit. Now what I have to do here? And num is equal to num by 10. That means here num is 1, 2, 3. Yes. Yes. I reached one point here. What point I am going to segregate here? It is 4 and it is going to be like this. Now what I have to do? I have to do the modification, that is 4 plus 123. Okay, 4 into I'm writing here, just look at, I am going to change the number again. I am going to change the number again. Number is equal to d into c. Okay, I am going to take it as d into c, that is 4 into 1000, 4000 plus num. Can anyone guess what is new number value now? I am going to modify on the number only. Now what is the number value? What is the number value now? 4123. Then it is going to be changed it as 4123. Now again rotation is there. Now again rotation is there. What is the new D? D is 3. And what is the num value now? Num value is 412. And again it is going to be 3412. Okay. Now again I am going to turn it as, in which variable the result is? The result is in num value. I am going to return num here. I am going to return num here. I am going to execute it. Just look at, I am giving some point. I missed semicolon here. I am going to execute it. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rotations is 2 times. It is going to be 3, 4, 1, 2. But look at, I am not taking that. What is the use of digit count? Yes, I forget that one. Why I am taking digit count here? If it is the rotations are 100 or 1000 or anything else, I want to decrement that one, right? Then rotations is equal to rotation mod DC. Okay, rotations is equal to rotation mod DC. Then rotation becomes, if it is 1000 or 100 or anything else, then it is going to be a small value. Okay, now this is the correct one. For example, like this, the rotations are 1000. The output is the same thing, no doubt about that, right? This means if you observe here, what is the rotation value? The rotation value is 0. That means it is never executed this one. Note down this one. Just note down this one also. If you are not understand this program how I am writing, just take one number and take some 2 to 3 rotations and work with manually. That's it. Every step we have to write it manually in the paper. Take pen and paper and work with some mathematically. That's it. Then you will get a clear idea about how I am working here. And I'm going to give a small task, very simple task based on this question only. Okay, just try to write without return value. Without return value, I want the output here. Okay, I am going to give a simple task to you. Okay, without return value, and don't print here. Okay, don't print in the function call, function definition. I want to return the values using some pointers. I'm going to pass the address here. Which address I don't know. Just we have to work on that. Okay, that is the task for you. Just try to program on this festival day. It will be giving some good results. Okay. How many guys are there totally? Strength is 43. Okay, thank you very much guys.
Bye.